The following video will describe the HO model train equipment which is being sold. A number of pieces have already been sold and I try to keep the video updated. All is negotiable to meet the ultimate aim, to help interested model train enthusiasts enjoy at a reasonable price. I started on this hobby about 1980 and eventually gave up on the grand project around 1995 when the children lost interest and the family engaged in new activities. Building the supporting framework. I have many pieces of beams and joists. The legs were all 2x2 with large lag screws at the bottom to make leveling easier. I also have a few original track supporting brackets which I kept when I dismantled the layout. Next comes the tracks. In this box there is also a lot of wiring to bring power to the various sections of rails. There are 15 to 20 switches, all electrified. I have one extra transformer. Many sections of tracks. Initially my tracks were all sectional, but as my layout expanded I moved to flexible long sections of rail which can be curved to suit the layout. Very practical. At this time there are two operating locomotives left and one which needs maintenance. The video segments will show equipment which has been sold and is so indicated. For the purpose of this sale, I set up a small operating display showing some of the locomotives and the rolling stocks. This test track is also for disposal during the sale. All rolling stock and locomotives come with their original boxes: Tyco, Mantua, Rivarossi, AHM, Model Power, Bachman. The Chattanooga and the Canadian Pacific locals are actually identical models with different liveries. The Chattanooga and Canadian Pacific locals and cars have been sold, but are still shown to make the video more interesting. The Northwestern 460 is still available and operates very well. The locomotives have been modified to have the front headlines and some of the rear tail lights. All are LEDs. They are built to work regardless of polarity with a very small bridge of diodes, providing power with the correct polarity in both forward and reverse direction. The vintage 060 Rock Island locomotive has been sold. The Santa Fe diesel electrics consist of one powered unit and a dummy. Nice and powerful towing duo. last one in this video segment is the little blue trackster. It really moves. This item has been sold. Some rail cars have been modified to the knuckle couplers. 12 of them have not yet been sold. 5 unsold rail cars are equipped with the standard couplers. A box contains segment tracks, curves, straights, different curvatures, short pieces, about 15 switches, electrified, 1 transformer and coiled wiring, all available. I also had built plexiglass fences which I fastened next to critical curves so that you could see the trains, but excess speed and derailments would end up against these clear barriers rather than on the floor below. There are about 15 to 20 feet of such fencing.